Hello, I'm Trudy, One Grounded Angel. This is the weekly angel card reading for the week beginning November the 27th. That's a Monday right through to Sunday the 3rd of December. So let me start shuffling the cards and see what messages the angels have to share with us this week. It's going to help us get through our days, deal with what's thrown at us, perhaps it's a card, and to make better choices in the way we respond to it. Because there's a lot about this life that we can't control, but we can always control the way we respond to things. And if we always respond the way we've always responded, which is in anger or without thinking or just automatically, that's when we end up getting nowhere, basically, or getting stuck. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. And I'm guessing you're watching this because you want to make changes. So let's see what we've got here for Monday, outdoors. So last week we had two different cards giving us messages about needing to go outdoors. So this is literal, but there's also a metaphorical meaning here. So in terms of the literal stuff, go outside, you know. So I'm not sure how many times I have explained this, so apologies if you've watched this before, but being around nature is really, really good for cleansing your energy field. It helps move stuck emotions. It helps get you back on your game and just to let go of some of the things that are dragging you down. It's not going to make your problems disappear, but it's going to help you clear away some of the dross that means you are stuck in the way that you respond to those situations. So, and it's really good also in a way of just sort of short-circuiting, I guess, your nervous system because of that relaxation benefit, so that you're not responding from that fight or flight kind of response. So in a more metaphorical sense, going outdoors is meaning getting outside of the zone that you're in. So, you know, with the fresh air card, I talk about this a lot, how fresh air is about letting in new ideas. And it's similar with this, needing to get out of the box that you're thinking in, the way if you're holding on stubbornly to your way of thinking. And I did explain this on Saturday as well. This is asking you to kind of let go of where you're clinging to things and to be open to new ideas and new perspectives. So look outside, take an outside perspective to what's going on. And that might just mean being open to the other people's ideas, not being so quick to dismiss things out of hand. Oh, Tuesday. Focus on divine and perfect health. This is from the Archangel Michael card deck. So it's not a card deck that's specifically about health, but this card is directly about, I do have an entire card deck devoted to health and healing for when clients come to me with questions of that nature. But this has come up because we all, no matter where we are in our lives, need to be addressing our health, and it's something unfortunately that we neglect. We think of it as low priority, and we forget that without good health we can't do anything. It's only when it's sort of taken away from us or threatened that we realize how valuable it is. There's that great saying from the Dalai Lama when he was asked what confuses you most or baffles you most, and he said man, because well, humankind, I guess is what he meant, but because we spend all our time trying to make money, neglecting our health, and then we spend all our money trying to restore our health later on when the damage is done. So that's one way to look at it. So what can you do today that's really going to get you some good health outcomes? Can you cut down on your caffeine intake? Can you choose an option that's got more vegetables? Most of us are not eating enough vegetables, and I am a prime candidate right here. I'm very naughty on it. Not naughty because I try not to use those good or bad kind of labelling senses when it comes to health, but I'm not doing the best things I could to help me, and unfortunately, given the way our soils are now so depleted of nutrients, it is very difficult to get all the nutrients you need from your food as well. So supplements may be helping you there. Drink lots of water. This is such a big thing. It really cleanses us. It's so important. If you are going through a specific health situation that you are looking for guidance, this is asking you to be very aware of where your thoughts are going. So, you know, research has shown that people with a positive mindset tend to get better results in terms of fighting disease and recovering from procedures. So make sure you're focusing on a good outcome and not worrying about the worst case scenario. Yeah, it's that word focus there that's really key that they're drawing my attention to when it comes to people who are got, you know, a health situation that they're in the midst of. it goes back to what I was saying earlier, actually, that we can't always choose what happens to us, but we can always choose the way we respond to it. That's you know, what Viktor Frankl talked about in his very powerful book, Man's Search for Meaning, which is probably right behind you, actually, on one of my many bookshelves. It's a classic book, and it's just, there's so much wisdom in it. I really recommend it. Balance. Now, every time I get this card, I feel like I have to explain. There is no such thing as perfect balance, so please stop beating yourself up if you're not getting that, particularly if you're a working mother. And I know this because being a journalist, I'm constantly, every time I interview a woman, it seems that my editor expects me to ask, how do you do it all? How are you juggling work life? Which is a question that you never ask a man, even though men have families too. So anyway, that's me off on a tangent, but talking about balance, this is asking you what you can do to bring things back into balance, where they're wildly out. We had this on Saturday the 18th of November, so just recently as well. That work, rest and play thing, that three-sided, that three triangle, I guess you could say. Bearing in mind total balance is a myth, but where are you wildly out of balance, and what can you do to rectify that? Are you not spending enough time playing? That's very common this time of year. We're also busy trying to get things done in the silly season. Are you doing too much work? Maybe that's necessary, but can you try and counterbalance it with a bit more sleep? You probably need it this time of year. We're all exhausted after a very trying year. Whatever it is, that work, rest or play, where are you out of balance, and try to do more to rectify that. Thursday. Ooh. That's interesting. This card jumped out, but I'm also getting a strong message that the one on the top was important. So let me talk about the one that jumped out, singing and dancing. This is really basically that play message that just came through, or related to that. What can you be doing to have some more fun? It doesn't have to be singing and dancing if you don't want it to, and perhaps if you happen to be my partner, you definitely don't want me to be doing any more singing, because he doesn't enjoy it when I sing. I don't know why. I think I've got a great voice. I really don't. It's terrible. I don't care. I sing anyway. It makes me happy. So I used to do this thing actually where I used to come home and dance at the end of the day, just play some music to shake it off. It actually is really good. Maybe I should get back into that. So there's all sorts of ways you could be bringing more play. If you've got young children, spending more time playing with them when they ask you to, instead of going, oh no, I've got this to do and this. There's always going to be things you have to do, but try and maybe kids are a great way for bringing us back into the moment with focusing on play. All sorts of things. So, but it does talk on this card about music and movement. So there's something powerful there in the way that music can help lift us out of our worries and into a calmer zone, or into a different state, a more energetic state. The other one here is cancel, clear and delete. They're saying this is just for some of you who need to cut some ties with people who are being very negative around you. So it's really, really about your mindset and making sure you're being positive, because if you're surrounded by negativity, it's going to take a toll on you. So try to make sure you're not taking on anyone else's negativity, and to, when you find yourself getting into a state where negative thoughts are consuming you, I don't think it's possible to be positive all the time, but if you find that they're sort of piling up, you really want to get yourself out of that zone. So just try the old cancel, clear, delete, or control, alt, delete is something I say sometimes when I find myself saying something negative, particularly if I find myself thinking something negative about someone else, because I don't, sometimes you find yourself just saying something mean about someone and going, oh no, that's not good. Without judgment, I'm just going to let that go. So Friday 1st of December, still in shock, it's December. I saw that I really, really wanted to jump out. Wise decision, fantastic. Now they are saying that some of you have made a decision, or maybe you haven't quite committed to it, but in your heart you've made the decision and you're scared, and this is saying don't panic, you've made the right decision, you just need to have the courage to follow it through. It's okay to be afraid. Fear often comes up when we're on the right track, because it's that we're being provoked into doing something that's new, and it's a bit scary for our ego because it doesn't have control anymore. So, and this is also letting you know if you are facing a decision, you haven't really kind of got to that point yet where you know what you want to do, please know you are entirely capable of making a good decision here. Sometimes we're scared to commit to a course of action because we think we're going to make a bad decision. You can't get it wrong, because everything you do, you're going to be better for. You're going to learn something or gain something. Not making a decision is the worst decision to make, and that is actually making a decision anyway, so it's sort of a weird phrase, isn't it? If you haven't got any decisions to make, I get a sense here that some of you are just coasting along here, and look, that's okay, but I wonder if some of you are perhaps trying to avoid a decision you need to make. Perhaps you're sweeping something under the carpet that you need to bring up and actually deal with. Yeah, almost like a procrastination or just an avoidance, really. And this is asking you to make the decision you need to make on how you deal with that. Hopefully that makes sense to whomever it is speaking to. As always, you've got to trust your intuition on this. I have to keep them general because a lot of different people are watching this, but sometimes even the meanings, like I try and keep it broad, but sometimes even then I'm not getting to what people need. But often people will message me and tell me about the ways that the cards spoke to them, and it's not at all what I would have taken from it, but as long as you get what you need, that's all that matters. That's my job, is to help you connect with your intuition. I don't want to be here spoon feeding information to you, because everybody's different and it's up to you to learn how to do that. On that note, simplify your life. Now some of you have spread yourselves too thin, and it is a busy time of year, and in some ways it's sort of unavoidable, but you can still make better decisions in the way that you handle what's dealt to you. You don't have to commit to everything, and you don't have to do everything perfectly. I love that Elizabeth Gilbert saying, done is better than good. Being a perfectionist is not your friend right now, so try and keep things really simple. If you've committed to baking something for your kids, I don't know, fundraiser, just go buy a pack of biscuits, honestly. You don't overcommit, because that's not going to help you right now. You need to keep things as simple as you can. You don't have to go to everything that you said you'd go to. Yeah, it's really about making sure you're not overcommitting, and because that's taking a toll not only on your physical energy and your ability to, maintain good health and good well-being, but it's also taking a toll on your energetic field in terms of muddying and clouding things that your life force needs to flow smoothly. And if you're bringing in all these other things that are scattering your energy, it makes it harder for you to use that energy field to attract what you want and to, enhance your manifestation abilities. Sunday. Shower of abundance. Hands up who doesn't want any more money. Oh, no one. No surprises there. I definitely need more money right now. Not least because it's a busy time of year. But abundance is not just about money, actually. It's about all the material resources you need. So things like food and shelter, all that sort of thing. And this reminds you that everything you need is supplied to you by the universe. Your boss, your partner, whoever else gives you money, they're just a channel. They're not the source. The universe is the source. So this is asking you to address any blocks, any ways that you are blocking yourself off from that channel. It might be that you're being too negative about your prospects. It might be that you're carrying around core beliefs from your childhood about people like us will never have any money. I'm just going to cancel, clear, delete that, because I do not want to be sending that out to the universe. But there are all sorts of beliefs that we take on from people, like from our parents, with respect to them. Sometimes any sort of belief from that, or I'll never have enough, or anything like that, we take those on from other people. So just be aware of anything that might be going on that's blocking you there. Jess Lively, who does a podcast called The Lively Show, did a couple of episodes about abundance, maybe like 2 months ago. So if you go through her episodes, you'll find there's a couple of targeting abundance. Now what else can I tell you about this? We're basically letting you know that everything you need is supplied for you. Often what stops us doing things is that we worry we won't have enough, but the universe is letting you know you'll always be provided for. So particularly for those of you who are contemplating starting a new business or something, this is letting you know you're going to get enough of what you need as long as you're following your heart. It doesn't mean you should be reckless and, like, I don't know, give up your job and start something new. Like you could do things like going part-time and starting something in the evenings or anything like that. It's not telling you that you're going to get a massive windfall as soon as you commit to something. Things are still going to be tough. That's the nature of starting a new business. I should know, I've been self-employed for 8 years. But this is telling you that you can still find ways to make it work. So, but if you have that belief that I will never have enough, or I fail at everything I do, you're going to really run into trouble. So you might, if you do have those core beliefs going on, I'd really recommend you see an energy healer to help you kind of deal with those, because that is where the self-sabotage can spring from. So let me just go over the week ahead, the week of the 27th of November to the 3rd? Yeah, the 3rd of December. I'm picking these up today. Okay, so we've got this outdoors theme is continued, ideas about balance. I would say the theme here is about managing our energy, our physical energy better and our time, because these messages about balance, getting outdoors more, having more play, they've come through quite strongly, simplifying our life. So yeah, we also have messages about making good decisions, which really also relates to the way we decide to use our time. Abundance and health as well. Health is also about well-being, remember. So that's your mental health, your emotional health, all that sort of type of thing all comes into play there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll put these on my social media. My Instagram is @OneGroundedAngel. My Facebook page is OneGroundedAngel. You can reach me by going to my website, www.onegroundedangel.com. There is a bookings or a contact form tab in there that you can click on to reach me. And particularly if you want any personal guidance of your own. I don't respond to requests for personal guidance that reach me. You need to make a booking. I just don't have time to go through those. Thank you so much for your understanding. Take care, everybody, and I'll read for you again next week.